What's going on, guys? My name is Jacemachine, and we are playing StarMade here on the Squadron survival server. I hope you guys are doing well today. I'm a little sniffly, a little congested. I got a healing beam here, but I don't think it's gonna help me. Oh, it's coming out of my head. Hey, it's coming out of my head! That's great, the beam is no longer coming out of my crotch, ladies and gentlemen. Take note. That is great. So what's going on at the base? We've added some lights to our scanner. Some nice fluorescent lights. We also ripped out the power strip, which someone was kind enough to point out was 1, ugly, and 2, useless. And if it's useless and ugly, I will get rid of it every time. These crazy... I just realized that these little bits in here are not even aligned properly. Is it the same way? A lot of them? Wow, it really is. Alright, so if you guys remember from last time, we went and we checked out Lenscap's base. He was kind enough to set us up with a Cap cargo pod template, which we are going to load. I'm going to show you what I've done, the changes that I have made. Ooh, it's the same cargo color, but as you can see, we put a highly stylized version of my logo in place. I'm not sure how I like this bit. This is a slab slightly thinner than the rest. I was doing that to offset it. If you guys are wondering what those actually are, they are hawk feathers. A little bit of my heritage is Japanese. My grandmother was born and raised there, and her grandmother was from the Kamiya clan, and this was the mon that is carved into her tombstone. But yeah, that's a highly stylized version of my logo, which is actually the mon that represents the fractional Japanese heritage I have. But I was raised partly by my grandmother, and so I have great respect for her heritage and ancestry. So there. So we don't need this out. We're going to keep it loaded anyway so we can see it in the background. But I have something else that I've been working on. Right here, we are starting to put in lower levels. Now what I wanted to do is set up the cargo container system that's going to be able to store these things. Now this thing I believe is 17 meters tall, and it's something like 9 meters wide. I have sketches and stuff that I've drawn up, and we are going to go, based on those sketches, set up our initial build here. So with that being said, we're going to go into a time lapse, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so we're going to have to install an elevator right here in the center of this hallway. And this is going to have two different modes, basically up and down. And as you can see here, actually started placeholding stuff with all this cinnabar. But this is basically, right here is going to be an elevator. It's going to be a little 3x3 platform. It's going to be connected to a rail along the back with the core and the docker underneath. And then it's going to set down flush with the floor here. The floor is going to lead to the tunnel, which goes to the doorway. And this area here that we just spent a little bit of time putting in, this is going to be the control room for our cargo handling system. Now this system is heavily inspired and influenced by Lenscap. If you haven't seen his videos, you are missing out on some great StarMade content. A link to him will be found in the description. With his being an inspiration, I decided to do my own take on it, which meant that I was just going to draw some stuff out on paper, and that's what we're looking at right here. This is going to be where we have a miniature shipyard that the control computer is going to be up in the control room. And that shipyard will make nothing but cargo containers. The cargo containers will then be shoved down onto the rails, which will be connected at that point with logic, and we'll be able to transfer the item out to this unit here, this platform, which we can then like undock and take elsewhere, or this is where we can dock things in. There is a little spot back here where we continue the rails back in case we need to. Actually, I think with this there, I don't think I have the room. I'll have to revisit that. But basically, here we go. Everywhere there is caution tape is where we have places to store and save these. We have the toothed area here. This is just to indicate that I'm probably going to end up using wedging or something along the side there. Then we're going to glass in a lot of this so that this is very nice and pretty to see, but also protected from just random gunfire, I suppose. Thank you very much for watching this episode of StarMade on the Star Squadron server. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that this brought you some sort of inspiration that you can bring to your own station, and I want to thank Lenscap again for being my inspiration for this build as well. It's just too cool not to try to implement myself. We have a lot of work ahead of us, but I don't think we'll have a problem getting that done in the next couple of episodes. We got the main bit figured out right now. And with that being said, we are out of time though, so thank you again for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or criticisms, leave them in the place below. Feel free to say hi. I'd appreciate a thumbs up if you could manage it as well. And if you guys are new around here, be sure to subscribe for more StarMade content. I also play a few other sandbox survival games as well. Feel free to take a look through my playlists. And if you like StarMade, I got a couple of years worth of content that you can get started with. Anyway, guys, I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful day. And I will see you here next time.